Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel Helvetius Jr., and today we're going to dive into the fascinating world of clinical supervision by exploring two foundational articles: Magnuson and Wilcox' 1998 work on clinical supervision, and Wilcox, Norum, and Magnuson's 2005 article on supervisees' contributions to lousy supervision outcomes. While these studies date back to the late 1990s and early 2000s, their findings remain incredibly pertinent to our understanding of effective supervision today, especially as counselor education continues to evolve as a distinct professional identity. We'll compare and contrast their findings. I'll share my personal reactions, and then we'll discuss how to plan to integrate these insights into my own practice supervision. Let's start by examining the characteristics associated with a lousy supervisee as identified in a 2005 study. The research categorized these traits into four key developmental areas. As counselors, growth is often challenged by barriers at multiple levels. On the intrapersonal level, a fragile ego, unresolved trauma, and fear of change can block self awareness and create internal resistance. Interpersonal, poor social skills, difficulty seeing the client's perspective, and resistance to feedback can strain relationships and limit effectiveness. Cognitive rigidity, black and white thinking, limited conceptual understanding, and inability to connect theory to treatment progress can stall progress. At the professional level, limited skills, low motivation, and unwillingness to embrace lifelong learning can prevent true counselor development. Breaking through these barriers requires awareness, reflection, and commitment to growth. Now let's shift our focus to characteristics that define a stellar or successful supervisee, as outlined in the 1998 article. These are the qualities that we hope to see and foster in our supervisees. True counselor development is marked by maturity and autonomy, using lived experience to connect genuinely with clients. It is a strengthened by intuition, self confidence, and perspicacity, blending deep knowledge with intuitive understanding. Sensitivity plays a vital role as empathy and responsiveness shapes as both clients' relationships and the supervisory process. Motivation drives growth. The hunger to learn, the sponge, with the relentless desire to dig deeper for understanding. Self awareness allows counselors to examine their own suitability for the work, manage personal anxieties, and remain grounded. And openness to experiences keeps them adaptable, ready to embrace new ideas, approaches, and opportunities for professional growth. Together, these qualities form a foundation of an effective, evolving counselor. When we place these findings side by side, a clear picture emerges. The lousy supervisee often struggles with fundamental aspects of self awareness, interpersonal effectiveness, and cognitive flexibility. They exhibit resistance and a lack of intrinsic motivation and difficulties integrating back feedback. In stark contrast, the stellar supervisee demonstrates high levels of self awareness, motivation, and openness to learning and growth. They are autonomous, confident, and possess a strong capacity for empathy and intellectual curiosity. It's fascinating how these two profiles represent opposite ends of the developmental spectrum in clinical training. The fact that the research is from 1998 and 2005, respectively, continues to feel relevant underscores the enduring nature of the developmental challenges within our field, while also reflecting on the ongoing evolution of counselor education as a distinct profession. I can't help but wonder whether some of these so called lousy supervisee characteristics may, in reality, point to a lack of safe spaces for trainees to process their lived experience. This absence might also signal a broader gap in cultural humility that was not fully integrated into the professional identity of the era. Drawing on these insights, I plan to significantly inform my own supervision practices, particularly in the initial stages. My experience taught me that supportive environment is paramount for growth. If I hadn't had supervisors who provided that safe space, I might not have developed the maturity and autonomy to become the supervisor that I am today. Therefore, I intend to develop a screener for consultation with potential supervisees, seen in the link below the QR code.